Good morning, students. Let us continue with a poem. See, two stanzas on your page number 95 has already been completed. Now come on to page number 96. Right? Now see, students, as far as your poetry is concerned, you may get 2-mark question in 30 to 40 words category. You will obviously get reference to context question. In reference to context question, figures of speech may be asked, word meanings may be asked, or simple question of 1 mark, or sometimes one question of 2 mark is also asked. In reference to context, 3 questions are given. Two questions carry 1 mark, and one question mostly in most of the cases one question carries 2 marks. So you have to be very pointed as far as your answer is concerned. Don't beat about the bush. Don't just write anything or whatever you remember regarding the summary. Right? There you are mistaken that you write the summary and marks will be allotted. No. Simply hit the answer. If it is correct, you will get full marks. Right? Now, let us move on to our poem. See, till now we have studied that the poet wants us to keep quiet, to observe silence, to introspect, so that human beings can understand what harm they have created to the environment and how Mother Earth is taking revenge on us. Right? Then he also addresses the fishermen. I told you categorically, fishermen here does not only represent fishermen but also all the hunters who, for their own gain, for their profit, for their personal motives, they hunt the animals indiscriminately without giving any thought. They go on hunting and hunting, and ultimately the animal species, the number of animals is reducing, and again this has far reaching consequences on the environment, on Mother Earth, on the eco balance, on the ecosystem. So students, the poet is saying even the fishermen who go on in the sea, in freshwater lake, wherever, just to have a pause, just to think and stop harming fish, and at large stop harming, the hunters should stop harming animals. Then he has also addressed the salt gatherers. Salt gatherers should look at their hurt hands. Right? Now again, here salt gatherer does not only mean the people who are engaged in gathering salt or making salt. Here, all the human beings who are in the rat race, who are running after something, who are running after achieving something, when they cause injury to themselves and even do not bother, do not take time to look at their health, the poet is addressing all those people that they should look at their hurt hands. Students, hurt hands represent injurious health. Okay, so these are symbolic meaning, and you should be aware of it. So, hurt hand here means injurious health. Just better you write it in your notebooks. Okay, now hurt hands. Hurt hands, I told you, means injury. Okay, it is symbolic of injury. Fishermen, I told you, they are the symbol of all the hunters. Okay. Now, students, let us move on. So, here also, poet is addressing a class of people who they are. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on new clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. Yes, those who prepare green wars. Again, green wars represent what? Green war. I think you can guess it what green wars mean. Green war means, yes, green war is war with nature. Now, war with nature, how? Simple meaning is deforestation. Green war means we are fighting war with nature by the means of deforestation, cutting trees, killing animals. So this is war with nature only. And we don't even realize how nature is also taking its revenge. And nature is. Even 12th class students, I think you know how nature is taking revenge on the human being. This is what the poet is saying, that people who exploit the nature by deforestation, not only deforestation, even by mining. Lot of mining is just done to fulfill the needs, not only to fulfill the need, to fulfill the greed. Because, see, basically our needs are limited, but there is no boundary of greed. And lot of mining, be it petroleum products, be it coal, gold, diamond, everything. Indirectly, we are harming the nature. So that is indiscriminate cutting of trees, deforestation, mining. So for this, the poet has used green wars. So those who prepare green wars means those who fight with nature, those who exploit the nature by deforestation, by mining, they should stop for a while. This is what the poet is saying. So those who prepare green war, war with gas, wars with fire. Green war is war with nature. Second line, war with gas and war with fire means obviously war with arms and ammunition, with weapon. Even now, atomic bombs are there. What are we after? What are we trying to achieve? So, war with gas, war with fire means war with arms and ammunition. Green war with nature in the form of, just put it in your copies, in the form of deforestation, mining. Okay, then war with gas and war with fire. Again, write it. Yes, war with gas, war with fire is war with or by the means using different types of arms, different types of ammunition, different types of weapons. Okay, so wars with gas and wars with fire. What does it mean? It means war with arms and war with arms and ammunition, right? Or simply you can also write by using different types of weapon. He is here addressing to those people who are engaged in war with nature, war with arms and ammunition, where, what is he saying? Victory with no survivors. See, if we have war with arms and ammunition, obviously it harms life. It takes the precious life of many. Many people are killed in wars. I need not explain it because I know that you all know. So that is why the poet is using the line victory with no survivors. It is just again, don't say कि no, but some people survive, some not. Just a meaning that bombs basically kills. It harms. There is no use of war. So wars with gas, wars with fire. Obviously, one party wins, but again, it does not mean that they don't have lost life. Even if we win war, still it is at the cost of many precious lives. So this is what the poet is saying. Victory with no survivors. The poet is saying those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors would put on clean clothes. Okay, here. Now, what is clean clothes here? Clean clothes here means, see, literally it means a new cloth, a clean cloth. Otherwise, what is the real meaning? The hidden meaning? They should adopt new approach. Those who are engaged in different types of wars, they should put on clean clothes, means they should adopt new style of life. They should adopt new approach of life. They should realize that killing others is not victory. So they should put on new clothes. Write it. New clothes here means new approach towards life or change in the mindset. Change in the mindset of those people who think that war is good. Okay, so he is addressing those people, those who are engaged in different types of wars, that they should change their clothes, they should put on new clothes, they should adopt new approach towards life. Okay, this is the meaning of new clothes. So new clothes here means just note it down, students. Note it. Yes, new clothes. New clothes, sorry, it is clean clothes. Clean clothes is okay. Clean clothes here is new approach to life. I hope that it is all visible to everyone. Okay. Now, so they should put on clean clothes and walk with their brothers. Again, the poet is considering all the human beings. He is thinking of cosmopolitan approach that all the human beings. So they should walk with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. Again, in the shade, here is symbolic of peace. In the shade is symbolic of peace. Write it on. Shade here again means peace. Okay. So in this stanza, the poet says that those people who are engaged in different types of war, they should change their approach. They should put on new clothes and walk in peace with their brothers, with the other human beings. Then next paragraph. Poet says, what I should not be confused with total inactivity. Very important. That if we don't do anything, how can we survive on this earth? This is very much evident, very much clear that obviously we have to do work in order to sustain life on this earth, in order to survive on this earth. That is why the poet is saying that what I should not, what I want, means I want a peace, silence, complete silence for a moment, should not be confused with total inactivity. Means it does not mean that we should all become very inactive. Life is what it is about. Life is what it is about means life is about living. I want no truck with death. Write the meaning of truck here. Truck here means association, relation. Okay, please write, do write. Yes. So I don't want any truck with death. So what it says when I say the poet says when I say that I don't want any truck with association means total inactivity does not mean death. It is should not be associated with death. This is what he's saying. I don't want that. I want no truck, no association, no connection with death. If we were not so single-minded. We again represent all the human beings, students in this poem. We represent all the human beings. Don't write only readers or don't write only people of Chile where this poet belong to. No, we represent all the human beings. So he says that if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once, only for once we could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence that will be created might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Just think, which type of or what type of sadness is the poet referring to? Just think, then I will answer. Think. I hope that you have the text in front of you. Otherwise, there is no use of reading this poetry if you don't have the text along with you. See, students, he says that we all are single-minded, means we are in a rat race. Yesterday also, previously also I explained it to you. We are in the rat race to achieve this, everything. So he says, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, means always achieving something, and for once could do nothing, only for once, not always, because doing is living. Without doing, we can't live, we can't survive. So he says, just for once only, could do nothing, there will be a huge silence, and this silence, what it will do, if you get a 2-mark question here, why poet wants silence or what this silence could do, he says perhaps a huge silence might interrupt, might disturb the sadness. Sadness of what? Again 2-mark question. Sadness of never understanding ourselves. Because when we are in the rat race, we are running hither and thither after everything. We even fail to understand our fellow human beings. We even hardly try what the other human being means. बाद में होता है ना कि even we develop some rift with our friends, and when everything is okay, then friends explain he or she does not mean that, and we misunderstood him or her. These types of things are very common in human life. This is what the poet is saying, that perhaps a huge silence might interrupt, might disturb this sadness of not understanding ourselves and not understanding others. Ourselves means again all the human beings. This silence will give us time to understand ourselves, and so he says perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death, and that we all are just afraid of death. This huge silence might give us time to introspect what life is and what death is, because we human beings just work endlessly to complete our task, to achieve our target. Don't say कि मैम हम पढ़ेंगे नहीं, पढ़ेंगे. Okay. Again, very symbolic stanza. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. How? See, students, in European countries, in very cold regions, what happens during winter is mostly the trees they shed their leaves, become barren. Even in the fields, plants can't be cultivated, and the earth is totally covered with snow. It appears as if the earth is dead. But as soon as the winter is over, there is spring, there is summer in those countries, life blooms, flowers blooms, and again the earth is filled with different colors of life, different colors, greenery. This is what the poet is signaling here, that perhaps the earth can also teach us as when everything seems dead. What is he associating death here with? That if we observe silence, we should not think that life will not revive, or we should not think that we have stopped living. This is what he's saying. This example we can take from Mother Earth, that a phase comes when even the Mother Earth looks as if it is dead, as if Mother Earth she is dead, but later on, as the season changes, it revives. It is full of variety of colors, flowers, plants, trees, fruits, everything. That is why the poet says perhaps the earth can teach us that when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. I hope these three lines are clear to you, that nature even teaches us that even the earth undergoes change. When everything freezes for some time and looks lifeless, but later on it revives. Okay, after some time, the season changes, and the life blooms, flower blooms. Okay, everything comes back to life. This is what the poet is saying. Similarly, when we observe complete silence, when we introspect, later on our life will also be revived with positive changes. We will be able to understand others. Okay, so he will say with new, it will give a new meaning. So perhaps the earth can teach us that when everything seems dead, later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12. I here means the poet. Note it. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet, and I will go means you keep quiet means all the human beings. Here you refers to all the human beings means you observe silence for a while, and then he says, I will go. Now I will give you reference to context questions, students. I will send it to you. Do it. Okay? Okay, students.